friends. So today we're going to make our ultimate cheese sauce. I've had some requests for this and just gathering all my ingredients like the nutritional yeast, the garlic, most importantly my coveted recipe. So here's the deal, the recipe is very forgiving. So I like to keep things as healthy as possible and still keep it kind of the same. You know, we want it to be a very cheesy, creamy, decadent cheese sauce. But so I use like carrots for the base. If you wanted to use sweet potatoes, that could work. Give the color and everything, it would be sweeter. If you wanted to make it a little more tangy, you would add a little bit more vinegar. Or if you wanted to use for the tang instead of vinegar, you could use lemon. You know, so there's some things like that you can do. And the thing that I really like about this cheese sauce is you can put it on baked potatoes, on broccoli, on especially noodles for your macaroni and cheese, that kind of thing. You can also use it as a base. So if you wanted to do hollandaise sauce, but if you wanted to do like broccoli cheese soup, you would just thin it out a little bit, and it's a great base for that. So this is just like kind of the ultimate cheese sauce. So let's get going and make this happen. Here's our easy, minimal ingredients. We've got 9 of them because water doesn't count, but we've got 2 cups of water, 2 cups of carrots, a half of an onion or half a cup of onion, half a cup of cashews, and then for tang, I like to use apple cider vinegar. I use 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, and then for our spices, 2 teaspoons of mustard powder, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of garlic, and then a lot of nutritional yeast and tapioca flour in ratio. So I use 5 tablespoons of nutritional yeast and tapioca flour, and that's going to be all we need. Let's get all of that into our pot. I've got a hot pot, a little bit of water in there in the bottom. In goes our nutritional yeast, 5 tablespoons, and then our tapioca powder or flour, 5 tablespoons of that. And then in go our spices, 1 teaspoon of garlic, and then it's going to be 2 teaspoons of salt and 2 teaspoons of mustard powder, just a little unique flavor profile to it. And then we're going to add all these veggies, so the carrots and the onions, mostly carrots and onions, just enough cashews to give it that decadent, creamy sauce that we need to give it a little bit of fat, and it is whole food. So, and then in goes our liquid, our 2 cups of water, and then we'll put the vinegar in there. The 2 tablespoons of vinegar. You could also throw in lemon. And then what we want to do is just stir all this up to get that tapioca flour really well incorporated. We're going to turn this up on a medium heat and get it bubbling and get it to where the carrots are soft. For me, I just kind of watched it. I don't pay much attention, easy, but just make sure those carrots are soft, probably about 20-30 minutes. Okay, we've got it bubbling here, and the reason I'm stirring it and showing you what this looks like is that thickness is from the tapioca flour or starch. It's the same thing. Remember tapioca pudding? It's those balls that are ground up into a really fine flour, and it's what gives a lot of vegan products its stretchiness, its structure. It becomes translucent. So it's just one of those things that we like to work with cheese when we're creating a sauce like this. So the carrots are nice and soft. I've been now working this with my immersion blender for a few minutes. You could also cool it off and put it in a regular blender. Just make sure it's really cool. I kind of like to keep it in the same pot, and it just takes a few minutes to really blend it into that creamy sauce. And then here's where, if you need a splash of water, vinegar to get it to the consistency that you want, just remember it's going to thicken up a little bit. But here we go. It's almost done. Just get it as creamy as you want. Final product detail, creamy, cheesy, magic, orange magic. So here's your whole food, plant-based, vegan sauce, and so many applications. I hope you love it as much as I do. Make a double batch. It'll last for up to a week in your fridge, and let me know how yours goes.